Alright, welcome back guys. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just kind of sharing something really interesting that I discovered pretty randomly. Like, I heard about it and did some research, did a bit of a deep down, and I was kind of pretty surprised by the results. I was basically reading about some World War II battle and how Soviet tanks were extremely good during it, and then I found out they were very effective during other battles, and I kind of found this very shocking because usually when we think of the Eastern Front and the Soviets fighting the Germans, the general perception is the Soviets won through like sheer numbers, kind of like, you know, you could call it a Zerg rush. And it seems like when it came to tanks, this wasn't really the case, especially this T-34 medium tank, which turns out was extremely good, and it was pivotal to the war winning. And I found that really interesting because I think it's true for the most part, a lot of the Soviet equipment was pretty bad, but for some reason the tanks were good. So I'm going to talk about why they were good and maybe even a little bit how they were used. So yeah, let's look at what made them especially effective. Innovative design. The T-34 was a well-designed tank with innovative features. It had sloped armor, which provided better protection against enemy shells. This design allowed the T-34 to be both well-armored and faster than many other tanks from that time period. Mass production. The Soviet Union prioritized mass production, and the T-34 was produced in large numbers because of that. This allowed the Red Army to field a significant number of tanks, which played a crucial role in overwhelming their enemies. Simplicity and reliability. The T-34 was relatively simple to manufacture and maintain, making it suitable for mass production, as mentioned earlier. Its robust design and reliability were important factors in its success on the battlefield. The simplicity of the tank also facilitated training for Soviet tank crews. It just works.
All of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding. And again, it just works. All of this just works. All of this just works.
Mobility. Soviet tanks, including the T-34, were known for their mobility. This mobility allowed them to quickly maneuver on the battlefield and therefore outflank enemy positions and adapt to changing tactical situations. Strategic doctrine. The Soviet Union developed a doctrine that emphasized deep battle and offensive operations. This doctrine, combined with the qualities of the T-34, allowed the Red Army to exploit weaknesses in the German lines and conduct successful counteroffensives. So yeah, while the Soviet Union did face challenges in other aspects of its military and bad infrastructure during World War II, the success of its tanks, especially the T-34, can be attributed to a combination of effective design, mass production, strategic doctrine, and adaptability on the battlefield. It's also worth to mention that the Soviet Union made constant improvements to their tank designs throughout the war, addressing issues as they arose. So in the beginning, the T-34 and other tanks weren't that good, but then over time they got better and better. And that adaptability and willingness to change the tank designs ultimately, I think, is what made the T-34 extremely good and OP. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you know anything about the T-34 that I didn't mention, I'd be, happy to know. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.